Here is where I get my lily from the riverbed, where as you can see a lot of lilies are in the river and there's no pump. What you have is that water is flowing from the river. This is where the Hope River and the Duene River meet in Jamaica along the Mandela Highway. This is where I get the lilies to place in my my ponds. And on these lilies you have some microorganisms in which the fish actually feeds on. You might hear the vehicular traffic on the background because I am practically on the highway. Now I'm currently at home where my ponds are. These are the lilies in which I got to replenish the one that were in my pond that has now done its time. Now before I actually put these lilies in my pond, there are a few things I have to do. First, I have to clean it up, wash it off, and then I would soak it in bleach for about 2 or 3 days. Now this is important because you might have parasites on these plants. It was taken from its natural habitat, so therefore no efforts were made so as to ensure that these parasites doesn't exist. Snails and other insects may take over your pond and may cause a problem in the future. So the first thing I do will be catch some water into this bucket, then place them in it. Now it has been 2 days since I've actually gathered these from the river, and I have been soaking them in some chlorine bleach, and soaking of them in the chlorine bleach is necessary as it helps to detoxify the plants of insects and parasites, as explained before, that may exist on the plant roots and system. Now today I will be actually stripping and cleaning and washing these plants so as to place them in the tanks, which is actually necessary. Now the first thing I need to do is to actually empty this container into that container. Then I'll turn on the pipe, wash them thoroughly, inspect each root stems and leaf, and anything that seems as if it would cause death to the fish, I would actually take it off and throw it away. What I'm going to be doing is to take out each stem, place them in, well, not each, the bundle, place them in the container, throw away the water with bleach. It was wondering, bleach, won't it harm the plants? No. The amount that is being used, no. It's just like you use chlorine water to fill 10% of your tank or your pond as a result of water not being really available. Stale water, should I say. Okay, so here I am actually inspecting the leaves. I'm taking off the leaves that are dead. These leaves are placed in the pond or tank, whatever you have. They will rot and cause and result in the buildup of nitrates and nitrites in your tank. So these roots are washed thoroughly with pipe water. All these are mud and sand from the riverbed in which I've shown you earlier on. Alright, and I will continue to do this until all is actually done. At the end of the process, I will actually place them, since they have been soaking in bleach for about 2 days, I will place them in the tanks that they are needed. Now usually this is not a regular thing. The last time I got these, from the river was like probably about 7 months ago. And the reason why the ones in which I have actually died is because I have placed coarse salt in the pond so as to help the fish to boost their immune system. And it seems as if the coarse salt have reacted negatively on the plants, resulting in the plants actually dying. Now, I do not want the plant roots to be too tall, so I will tear them off. Why? Because eventually they will drop off, they will fall off, and they will cause a problem in the pond, as they too will rot and result in the buildup of nitrates and nitrites in the tank. Now, as I said before, the Hyacinth lily serve many purposes. It allows oxygen to go in the pond or tank, just like the plants in your aquariums. It allows, it controls the amount of nitrates and nitrites that's within your tank. It serves as a spawning map, that's the root, for egg-laying plants. It serves as a hiding place for fish that are considered prey in a pond wherein you have big fish and small fish, and the large fish is actually looking for easy prey to consume in between meals. The Hyacinth lilies are also used, and this is what I never remember earlier on to tell you. Hyacinth lilies are also used as a means of shade. Now during the hot summer, during the hot period where the sun is up bright, the fish likes to be cool. I live in the tropics, so living in the tropics, you find that sometimes, especially in the summer, the days are very hot, and having a pond that is in the middle of the yard without any trees or branches or shade results in the water becoming very warm at times. And although some of these fish, well, most of these fish are tropical fish, they still require some regulated temperature. Overheating will result in the death of your fish. Now, I will continue to do this, and when I took them up on Friday, I could see some insects on them. Because I have placed the bleach on them, obviously, these insects have actually died. So, based on first-hand view, the bleach actually works. And for those persons who are adventurous, you could use other plants that might find itself wrapping around the roots of the Hyacinth lily. I talked to earlier on, I'm not sure what its name, but it is also found in the river, right? I don't know if I'll be using that, because at times vegetation tends to choke off the fish oxygen, because to choke off the life of the fish that exists in the pond. What happens is that at night the amount of oxygen decreases, and you might see the fish in your pond or in your aquarium, if there's no filtration, coming at the top of the tank or the pond, gapping for air. This is because there's little or no oxygen, right? So what I tend to do is have at least 50% of the 50% space of the surface area of the tank or the pond covered with water lilies, and 50% with nothing on the surface, which allows for the easy, the breeze or the wind blowing the water, allowing oxygen to actually be stirred up into the water. Now I'll be placing this this batch of water lilies in my fish ponds. My fish ponds have different types of water lily. When I say different type, I mean size. Sorry. Some is actually rotting, while some is actually shooting up fresh leaves. The ones that are actually looking as if they are getting rotten, I remove them and place new ones inside. These these tend to come to my fish pond for water at times. I'm not afraid of the bees. What I'm afraid of is the wasps. They tend to bite quicker than the bees. These only affect you whenever you perplex it. Alright, so I am presently just putting in just a few water lily into this pond, and they will eventually grow and become a whole bunch of water lilies in the near future. Now this pond has filament bulb recently bred. They are about 2 weeks old. I do not clean this pond as I will clean the others, because the filament bulb at this stage, they tend to consume the algae that grows on the plants. So I leave them do that. These are my Jack Dempsey with I think it's 2 Oscar in it. They have the most surface covered with water lilies than any other. Now these fish, they don't really utilize the algae that is on the plant, but they utilize the shade that the plant provides. Currently, a lot of the plants are getting old, the leaves becoming brown. So I am removing the brown leaves and stems, preventing them from getting rotten and falling inside the pond, which will create more problem for me, wherein which I would now have to drain the pond so as to control the nitrites and nitrates that exist in the pond. As I said before, this pond has the most water lilies on the surface. I do not think I will be placing any new ones here. I'm just cleaning it, ensuring that the rotten leaves, stems and flowers are removed, which encourages new one to sprout up. As I said before, Jack Dempsey doesn't utilize the algae, and they are open water swimmers, so they do not hide like some fish, where when it comes to fighting, they will go into their tunnels and their caves. But as far as using the water lilies to hide, that's not it. That's not this fish. And the Oscars, they hide not. They will stand up, even if they're gonna get beat up or damaged, they will fight to the death. At least the ones I have. Alright? Okay. Hyacinth lilies into the water. Now these are mollies, right? The hyacinth lily acts as a mat for the eggs. Now as the goldfish lays, right, the eggs are free floating in the water and they stick to the surface of these roots. Also in the goldfish pond, I have some weave, some old falls here, you know, what ladies wear, and these here are actually serving as a mat for the goldfish. Now the goldfish will lay the eggs, and as soon as they lay the eggs, they will eat the eggs. So it is important that if you are intending to breed goldfish, to actually remove the goldfish as soon as you have identified that the eggs are in the pond or aquarium. However, there are some other things that you need to note when breeding goldfish. One, the eggs need oxygen. Now, what I normally do is to put some hyacinth lily in a container in which the eggs are um, in existence, right? And also, I might put a little air stone, or I might put a little air pump in it. In addition to all this, I put this liquid by the name of methane blue. What it does, it prevents fungus from actually taking over the egg batch. Now these eggs will stay buoyant in the water, or stick onto the map of the roots, or the falls here, for about 2 to 3 days, and then you'll see some little fries coming up. Now these fries, what happen is that these fries are so small, they are like tiny hair, right? Hair fragments in a hair, yeah, tiny hair. And their mouths are very small. However, for the first like 2 days, they have what you call some liquid sac that they are born with, and they eat, they consume this sac. When the sac is empty within probably about 2 days, then now you start to feed them. Now in Jamaica, the whole idea of bloodworms and live feeding is not really all that, what I call it now, available. So what I do, I have cabbage, lettuce, carrot, and other vegetable matter, and I put it in the sun in some water, right? And it stays there for probably about 2 to 3 days, and it's really not really smelling all that great. However, at the end of the period, you will see some little things swimming in it. These are referred to as infusion. Now the infusion now is actually tipped a little bit at a time, is tipped into the container with the goldfish. Mind you, if your filtration system is not up to par, it will leave a smell that will linger in your aquarium or pond for a very long time. So what I advise is that if you're going to use infusion, right, you use it on an outdoor mechanism, or you use it in a system with a good filtration, with a good filtration, if you have a good filtration system. Now infusion, it allows the fish to grow very fast, right? At times fish ponds and tanks might give off a little smell. As you know, water when left for a bit, they become tangy in smell. So as to get rid of this smell, you can, or to control the smell should I say, many persons use carbon. Right now the carbon is placed into like probably, it's placed into like a piece of marina or sock, and it's placed into the water for a bit. Well, it could stay there forever. After a while you replace it. The disadvantage of putting carbon in your pond or tank is that should in case you need to treat your tank for any illness, you have to find that carbon and remove it, because in addition to removing the smell, it will also remove the medication, so therefore the medication will not give the impact in which you intend it to give. I hope that you enjoy watching today's episode of fish keeping Jamaica. See you again next time. Bye for now.